a service dog is very different than a therapy dog or a comfort companion pet, right? And with the ADA, the American with Disabilities Act, it says that the person, based on a medical need, is afforded the right to go in public with their dog. It's not the dog that has the right, it's the person that has the right. And the difference between them is that pets and companions, they might have training, right? They might not have training. Therapy dogs, on the other hand, have a lot of training. They need to be well behaved in public. They need to be able to get along with other people and with other animals, and provide comfort or therapy to someone in need, whether it's, reading for kids, visiting a hospital, convalescent home, places like that. Service dogs, on the other hand, are allowed to go wherever the person is allowed to go, whether it's the grocery store, the restaurant, the movies, to the amusement park, wherever it is. But here's the difference. Service dogs are highly, highly trained. They have to be good around other animals, around other people. They have to learn to ignore the distractions that are out in the world and take care of their human. And what do I mean by take care of their human? They have to perform tasks, a minimum of 2. So what does that mean? It means a million and one things depending on what the disability is, because those tasks can be numerous. But first and foremost, it must mitigate a medical condition. And post-traumatic stress, even though it is a mental health issue, and I won't say disorder because I think it does a disservice to the trauma that the individual has experienced, can be triggered anywhere based on sight, sound, smell, touch, movement. And so the dog has to mitigate that to keep the flashback from occurring and having that person relive the trauma. Okay. In the case of epilepsy or diabetes, it alerts to the change in the blood sugar levels or the fact that the seizure is going to take place and get the person to a safe place. Well, just like with epilepsy and getting a person to a safe space, with post-traumatic stress or military sexual trauma, getting the person to a safe space is also a task for a service dog, helping them to navigate and find an exit. Right? Being able to pick something up, because our veterans and our clients don't just have one physical or, one issue. They all can have multiple, and it could be physical, it could be psychological, it could be chemical. The things that our veterans are exposed to, we see multiple things every day. So again, the ADA is saying that the dog has to be trained in 2 tasks at least. And we take it from there. One of the very first things that we see when we start working with our clients and match them with the dog, our clients who have isolated and have not taken and had conversations, even with their own family, right? They could be in the same house, but yet they lock themselves in a room because they become overstimulated. The minute they start working with their dog and we're teaching them to communicate with the dog, and we have 3 things: command, praise, and correction. And they're all important elements in communication, right? So we teach them to communicate with the dog, and the next thing you know, they're having a conversation about the dog with family members. And then the next thing you know, they're having a conversation with a stranger because we got them out to the grocery store and somebody walks by and say, "Oh, wow, that's a really well-behaved dog. That's amazing. What does it do for you?" And so communication begins to change the brain because it was shut off for so long. But again, that may not appear to be a task, but it is.